Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 115 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. Welcome to this week's episode, guys. My guest, it's been a while since he's been on, but it's our problematic fave. Brian is this week's episode guest. You guys know what to expect. I know the last time he was on this season, we did not do a ratchet episode because we had to stand up for our hometown. We had to rep Baltimore. But this episode is not that. It is ratchet. So what you come to love and expect from a visit of Brian on the Boonie Breakdown, you get all of that and some. And the episode was just so much, like he just went so far that I had to like redact a portion of it. I just could not release that part of the episode. Like you will see, you will see. So just stick around for that conversation to see how ridiculous it gets. Okay. All right. Let's hop into Boonie's pick of the week. This week, some of you may or may not be familiar with this person. I'm giving my pick of the week this week to Chanel Cooper Sykes. If you are familiar with her, she is I'm going to say a Christian-based or influencer. I guess that's the right way I have to say it. I've not a true follower of hers, but I've seen her work. I've popped in and out. And I will say she's definitely Christian-based. And this week she posted this past weekend, she posted a post on Instagram, and it said it is her with her back to us in fishnet stockings and a thong bow, and it said, "God told me to show my ass," with the kiss emoji. Child, when I tell you the saints are upset. But y'all know I love when somebody just shakes the table when they're a rebel rouser. I love that shit. And so I'm reading the comments. It gave me a hearty laugh. But, she said God told her to show her ass. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Okay, James 1:22. So I feel like she got the word and she did what the word told her to do. I personally do believe that sometimes, the Lord can speak to you in mysterious ways. And it might tell you to do some ratchet as fuck shit. And who are you to not honor the Lord? I shared the post in my Insta story. I mean, it is still on her page at the time that I am recording this. But yeah, if you want to go check her out, she's funny. She's one of those personalities. But the Saints got real upset. All right, this week's housekeeping. I'm going to get right into it. The feedback from episode, we have to recap 2 episodes because I did not last week because I did a re-release of an episode. So last week's bonus episode, which was a re-release of episode 66, so many of you, as I did as well, really enjoyed the listener update, the letter that we got, and I thought it was so inspiring. I actually re-listened to that episode 66 with Conjette Farrell, and it was some really good tips in there, especially as I need to navigate and be intentional about what I'm doing. It was really helpful. So if you did not, if you never listened to episode 66, you can go back and listen to the bonus episode that was released last week. It was the first time I ever re-released content that I had put out before. And I think I enjoyed that. I might try to do that in between the seasons when I go on hiatus. So you might see some re-release content again with some updates or whatever on it. But the big update was the person listened to that episode and she's crediting the tips that she used and how she changed her behavior after listening to that episode as to why she is engaged. And she just got engaged. So again, congrats to her, Jessica. I think it said soon to be Jessica L. So congrats to her. And if you did not check out that episode, be sure to check it out. Episode 114. It was a solo episode, and a lot of you really appreciated my message about reaching out to your friends and to not just get stuck in sending text message, but to do for real reach outs, for real touching, and making sure that each of us are okay and doing our part in that. And so some of you guys had DM me pictures of you where you purchased some cards that you were going to mail out. A few of you had sent me a screenshot of you doing FaceTime. So I love it that some of you really took the time to do some human connection, and I did as well. I am always a person who mails out cards, not all the like every week, but I do mail out cards to my friends. I have some new ones and I need to write messages in them and get them in the mail as well. So I take my own advice. So I will be doing that soon. All right. Also, this week, last week actually, I was a guest on the Unsolicited Views podcast. They're another podcast based here in Baltimore, Maryland. It was great. We had an awesome conversation. I will link it in the show notes. But it's also over on my SoundCloud page and over on our website at thebooniebreakdown.com. You can listen to it. You know, we had a really good conversation about social capital and sensual energy versus sexual energy. So again, thanks to the guys over at Unsolicited Views for having me on. And you guys be sure to check that out. All right. It is the time of the year where we're starting to wind down. There are only 7 episodes left in season 6 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. Yes, 7. The last episode for this season will be airing on Monday, December 16th. Okay, so mark your calendars. You know, we'll be back in February. I'll make sure I start proclaiming so you can mark your calendars what date we'll be back. But, you know, we'll come back in February. So 7 more episodes, guys. And I just really, I got a question last week about, Boonie, how can I support you? I don't have money to like buy merch, and you're not coming to a show that, you're not coming to a city where I can get to easily for a show. And I just want to say, you can always, always, always support me by liking something on any social media platform, by sharing it. When you put a screenshot up of you listening to my episodes, tagging us in things where you see people like, oh, what's some of your favorite podcasts? When you see that on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, whatever, all of that stuff still matters. And it's such a great way to support me because it's you using your voice and saying, I think this shit is dope and other people should check it out. So it's so many ways that you can support without ever spending $1. And like I said, I'm appreciative of every single thing you do, that you guys boast me up and share the platform that I'm building. So those are great ways that you can do that, especially with us only having 7 episodes left. You listen on SoundCloud, share it in your SoundCloud, repost it on your SoundCloud feed, leave a comment. I respond to all the comments that I get on SoundCloud. I don't get a lot, but I respond there. So yeah, it's so many ways you can do this. So if you ever need an idea, DM me, email me, and I will tell you ways that you can help support. So with that being said, if you have not followed, you're new to the Boonie Breakdown, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Boonie Breakdown. You can follow on Twitter at Boonie Breakdown, okay? And when sharing this episode across social media, please be sure to tag us. Use the hashtag the Boonie Breakdown, the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. Okay, remember, if those pages are locked, I cannot interact, but it's still appreciative that you are sharing. So that is it for me, guys. And just one note, there might be some audio drift in this episode. I tried to edit as much as I can, but if you have some weird wonky things going on, it's not throughout the entire episode, but I just wanted to make that caveat. If it gets weird at one point, that is why. So that is it for me. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys. It's been, I think you were on the 2nd episode of this season. It's been a minute since you've been on here, Brian. So
yes,
what the fuck you been doing?
Waiting for you to call. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I figured this makes sense to do it now. People who are on the fence about coming to the show in Atlanta, they can get another dose of your ridiculousness and be like, you know what, I want to see it in person.
Yes, let's do it. Looking forward to Atlanta. Trying to save some stuff for the live show. I don't want to give them too much right now, but we'll give them a preview.
Just a little taste, just a little taste. So yeah, if you have not gotten your tickets, I don't know what you're waiting on, but
How
you
many
can go
tickets you
on
got left?
over. When I last checked, it was 30 something left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my homeboy like, oh, just tell Boonie hold me one at the door. Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it. I got a message earlier like, well, I got child support, but I probably won't get one till like the 7th. Is that too late? No, it's not too late. So yeah, you can probably buy tickets up until the 8th or whenever they're sold out. Because once they sell out, that's it. But yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, I love Atlanta. It's one of my favorite cities. So, what a great place to go.
Are we
Um,
gonna turn up afterwards?
yeah, if I can find a flight out at a reasonable time. If not, either I'm just going straight to the airport, straight from wherever we go at. But I'm
Got
looking
you.
forward
Okay.
to it though.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. So I was going through my inbox and I apologize, guys. I really was neglecting it for a little bit, and it was all types of good stuff in there. A few of them were just like random topic suggestions or why I've never talked about topics. And the first one was, how come I've never talked about cheating on the podcast? They were someone was like, in over 100 episodes, I've kind of never once mentioned cheating. And I laugh because I'm like, it's just not something that I've done. I don't think I've been cheated on. If I was, I don't know.
Yeah, I
So
mean, for me too. I just don't really. I don't really think that's something that as a older gentleman, that's just not something that I'm into.
as an older gentleman, is that what it is?
Well, when you're young, you do certain things. When you're young, when you were a boy, you did boyish things. But when you became a man, you put away the boyish things. Ain't that how it goes? Some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that in the Bible.
Yeah, but no, we did touch on it at the live show. We
That's what
touched,
I was gonna say. At the
yeah,
Philly
we touched
live
on
show,
it at
we
the
did
live
talk about it.
show. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, if you really want to talk about cheating, we can talk about it. But
So
y'all
I
know.
was like, I only had one really close encounter where I cheated. And so I'm gonna say this, like, also you pretend like you're my boyfriend, and if you would consider this cheating. So I was with this guy at the time, and he had kind of like pissed me off. I can't remember to the effect of what he said,
You told me
but
about this, and it was cheating.
no, it wasn't.
You told me about it.
If this is your first time listening, so the story goes, we already know what Brian says. I got mad, and so I was like, "Oh fuck this nigga!" And I hit up some old work. No, I went to Philadelphia with my mom, and old work lived there. So I just randomly just sent one of those texts like, "Hey, I'm in your city," and guys never be like, "Oh, have fun." He's like, "Word, you gonna come through?" Yup. What's the address? So I go. I'm straddling him very quickly. My top is off, my titties are out. My pussy was still covered. And then I had to come to Jesus like, nope, I can't do it. And he's like, are you kidding me? Like my dick is hard, like you're already on top of me. And I was like, no, and I got up and left.
That's
Like
cheating.
that's cheating. But I didn't fuck though.
I mean, I just don't know any dude that's gonna be like, you know what? I'm just so glad that you had to come to Jesus meeting, and that really makes me feel secure. Um, it's just the whole. You should have just went ahead with it. The intent was there. You should have just fucking did it because if he would have found out, he wasn't gonna believe you anyway.
You know, I always go back on that one because I'm like, that is one of my regrets that I just should have did it.
Yeah,
I
I
really should
mean,
have just done it.
it's definitely one of the things where like at some points, sometimes when you're in certain situations, you just be like, fuck it. Because even if the little bit of details that come out are revealed, it's still
Mhm.
like cheating in a way. I mean, technically speaking, if he believed everything you said, yeah, you had a weak moment, you was whatever, he could get over it. But you still was in the wrong for the intent. And if the shoe was on the other foot, you'll be mad when you're like, oh, this motherfucker hit his ex up. She come over, she's straddling him, his dick hard, her titties out, and she like, well, I don't know if we should do this. and he was like, yeah, you're right, and I got up and left, you can be like, nah, motherfucker, you fucked her, you got the head, something happened. So sometimes you gotta just be like, fuck it, and just do it, and then be like,
Yeah.
oh well.
And literally, I think the reason why I didn't, it wasn't, looking back on the situation, it wasn't even that I had regard for him. It was that I didn't want to be technically labeled a cheater. That's why I didn't do it.
Wow, that's crazy. I never had that type of feeling. um, it's just, I think it's different for women and men. Like
Do
when a
you?
woman cheats, yeah, I do. I think it's different because I feel like women have this thing where they play like they're so fucking loyal. Like women have this thing like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. But when I'm in a relationship, oh, I'm serious about my man. I've never every woman I know is like, oh, I don't cheat, I don't do this. When I'm in a relationship, it's all about my man.
Well,
But
go ahead.
there's a lot of women out here that's in relationships getting fucked. So it's like shit ain't adding up.
Well,
Because
I think
in
part
one
of
breath,
that goes to the marketing campaign that you have to do to sell yourself to a man, right? So maybe some
yeah,
women think like, I got this is one things I gotta say. I'm a ride with you. I'm not going to let another nigga get in. So
yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what y'all supposed to say. It's what you're supposed. I mean, honestly, we want to believe it, so we go with it. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't be with somebody who you don't trust. So I always tell people, like, if you really feel like you got to check a phone, you got to check behind that person when they're out of town. You got to check behind them when they're on a work trip. Whatever it is that you feel like you're uncomfortable and uneasy when they have opportunity, you shouldn't be in a relationship with that person because people have opportunity all the time. You can't be with somebody 24 hours a day. You can't check their phone every day. It's just a time where you have to just be like, fuck it, I'm just secure. Or I'm comfortable that if they are doing something, oh fucking well, I'm gonna live my life. Because the shit will eat you the fuck up if you don't trust that person.
yeah, I
You will
know.
literally drive yourself up a fucking wall trying to keep track of a grown ass person who
Agreed.
can get it in 10 minutes on the way to the market anywhere. Like if somebody want to get it, they gonna get it.
And I also feel like too, like if you feel like you have to like start looking through somebody's phone, like ain't that your answer there too? Like
Yeah.
you
I mean,
already
it's
know
like
what it is.
that moment when you are deciding that I have to start checking something. Now, there's sometimes when some things just don't seem right. Communication is starting to change, certain things, and you don't want to. I mean, you're not stupid. You're a human being, so certain things are going to cause you just to like raise your antennas.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that at that moment you should just get the fuck out, but don't be
Maybe
stupid. Don't be stupid and be like,
nothing's
well,
happening. Yeah.
yeah, I promised myself that I would never do this, but the clue's right in front of you. Like, you know, I can't look at. There's a receipt on the floor. I can't look through it. I don't even want to speculate that that receipt says Waldorf and he live in Baltimore. I'm just going to assume, like you, like at some point, some shit you got to just be
Now,
like
if you
two
see a
plus
receipt for
two.
Waldorf, sis,
2 plus 2 equals 4. But I'm not saying like go into bank records and start checking to see where he have, where he ate lunch at
yeah,
and why was it
that's too
sixteen
much.
dollars at Quiznos? How the fuck you spend $16 at Quiznos? Who the fuck was with you?
I didn't even know Quiznos was still open.
It may not be, but it's just the whole point. Like certain
No, I
things,
get what you're
like
saying.
one thing I tell people, one thing I've always done, I don't bring no fucking receipts home. I don't bring them
Jesus.
home when I'm by myself. Like there's certain things that you just learn over the years, and as a young cheater, I did a lot of shit. And like I said, like I just like a certain shit that I just picked up. I don't take receipts. Me and you could be out on a date. We married, we together. I'm signing the top copy, bottom copy will stay there. If I do, I'm balling it up on my way out the store and I'm just dropping it in the gutter or the trash can. It's just a bad habit.
Gotcha.
It's just some shit that you just do, like deleting messages, deleting, your call log, and you ain't even in shit. You just be like, nah, that's just what I'm programmed to do. This how I live. And people think that it's like you do have behaviors that exhibit that you're a cheater. It's just that you just move like that because you used to cheat at one point. So that's
So now
just
it's
what
a
it is.
habit.
Yeah, it's just how you live. Like I just get it how I live. I delete emails. I delete, I send some shit, and next thing I know, you like, "Oh, I'm good." And you're like, "What you talking about?" "Oh, you text me. When? When the fuck did I text you?" Like, oh, I deleted the whole messages, you know?
I cannot imagine deleting my messages. Oh my god, that gives me like anxiety. Cause
Well, I haven't since I've been single. I haven't done none of that shit. But
my
when you in a
ass will
relationship,
put that motherfucking phone on airplane mode and scroll back when
what?
needed. When needed. But I also dated this guy one time too. He did not have a lock on his phone, right? And he would just leave his shit laying around. And I just remember in all of those years, I never felt tempted like to ever like let me just go through this nigga's phone. And the moment I felt it, that was like the beginning of the end. And it wasn't even that he was cheating. It was just like you said, something wasn't right. And I gotta find answers. It's in that motherfucking unlocked phone. And I remember like picking it up and being like, I'm gonna open it. And then I just dropped it like, nope, that was it. And like a week later we broke up.
Yeah. And then the thing is, to all my fellas out there, men don't look through phones. That's just
Oh,
facts. Like,
that is not a fact.
I mean, you should not be doing it. It's just one of those
I
things.
know of situations.
Well, I know situations of men who have gone through stuff and that, they've had issues and problems with me, but because of stuff I might have said to their lady or they seen something before. But at the end of the day,
So you're saying that's
like,
man code, like men can't go through phones.
some men should, yes, men shouldn't do shit like that. Men shouldn't go in your DMs and be checking through your phone and all this other stuff. Like, that's when you're doing that, you're in a bitch moment. You're becoming a bitch. So you feel very bitch like. Your stomach starts to hurt. You know that you shouldn't be doing this, and then the consequences of you finding something could be so drastic that you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to end up killing somebody. You don't want to end up seeing it. Like, I don't want to see another dick in my girl phone. I don't want to see a DM of a nigga talking about what he want to do with her and her responding or smiling faces back. So I don't ever want to see that shit. So in my mind, I'd rather just feel like, hey, you stay the fuck out of my shit. I'm definitely gonna stay the fuck out of your shit. And that's always my comeback. Like, I don't never want to see your shit. I don't want your passcode. I don't want to feel like,
Oh
oh,
my
we
god, I
both can
wouldn't
check.
even give my passcode to someone. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, that wouldn't even be no. I wouldn't even
yeah.
consider it.
It's one of those things for me where it's like you don't need passcodes for everything. Like, that's not trust. Like, I know couples who have had each other's passcode. They have their location turned on. They have
Oh,
like
hell to the nah.
where they can go and look and see, why are you here? What are you doing? Oh, I can log into the bill and see, shit like that. To me, that's not trust. Trust is believing. It's like faith. You're believing in something you can't see. You believe that God is going to pull you out of this situation. You have faith. If you need a clue and you need to know that this is going to happen, that's not faith. Like, trust is you believe in some shit you can't see. When I say that I'm going to work, you just believe that I'm fucking at work 8 hours and that's what I did today. Not you knowing that you can just go and look and say, his location's on. Why is he in Waldorf? You know what I mean? Like, it's just certain things that if you have to check those things, that's not trust. If you
Mm,
have all of these passcodes to emails and I'm able to get into everything, that's not trust.
it's not
Now,
like we got passcodes to joint bank accounts, but other than that, I don't know what the fuck you need my shit for.
yeah, other some stuff should just be separate. I mean, some stuff should just be separate. Like, that shit is not for you to see everything. You see everything, it takes away from the fact that you trust me. You need to see everything because you don't trust me.
Yeah.
And I know somebody out there who's gonna respond. So send us your DMs about how you feel and how this shit works for you. That you and your husband, y'all share every fucking thing, and he's a bitch, and he can't go watch football.
Yeah.
And when he do go watch football, you're checking to see where he's at right when the game go off, and he better know who scored on third down because you all in his shit. But it works for y'all, and y'all been together for 12 years, and it's working out great. And he's probably fucking unhappy, but
Damn.
that's another story. Send us your DMs about that shit.
Please, I would love to hear if someone is actually doing that because
Oh, they're doing it.
I
They're
I
doing it.
literally just could
They're
not
doing it.
imagine life like that. I could not imagine life where I'm fucking babysitting a nigga. Like, are you kidding me? Nah.
I know a lot of people who do it, and they try to push that shit on their other friends to do it with other. And I'm not that nigga. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that. Fuck out of here. I'll leave you first.
So you mentioned this earlier, and I thought this was kind of something I also have never talked about with you, I don't think. Dick pics from the perspective of a guy. Like, I know my thoughts on them.
What is my thought on
Like
sending
when you're
sending one?
you're getting ready to send a dick pic, like what goes through your mind? Like, do you set up
This
a scene, or you just like, oh, my dick is hard, I'm just gonna take this picture and send it to her? Is it, you know, who
so
is to send it to without them feeling violated? Like, what is?
it's a lot
Yeah.
of women. It's a lot of women you don't even have to do that
Oh
for. If
God.
they're interested enough, you don't. Sometimes you don't even want to show it because you rather it be more of a shock and awe, or you rather it be more of a like spontaneous thing. Like, but sometimes you do have to send it because that's your last ditch effort. Like shit.
That's your Hail Mary is a dick pic?
Fuck yeah. So I've always said that anytime I feel like I'm about to be friend zoned, I'm gonna pull my dick out. Because when in, when in doubt, pull your dick out. There's only certain things that can
This
happen.
is
You know,
okay. I'm not even going to say that. So I'm going to say, when did you know you had a big dick? And for the record,
I
I have
feel
not
from my
seen it. I clearly I can tell that he has a big dick. But go ahead.
no, I don't even think I have a big dick. I don't honestly I don't. I really think it's just regular, but I mean, to some, yeah, it's like okay, and then to some, it's like, oh, it's regular, or it's good size, or it's not gonna kill me, and it's good that it doesn't like break my body apart. But then some people are like, oh my god, like that's a lot. So it's like you get so many variant answers. It's better to just be humble and just be happy that you don't have a little dick and you're not disappointing
So
anybody.
you never measured
So
your dick.
it's been so long. I mean, I was young, but the whole point is, I feel like it's like me. I'm 5'11", um, 5'11", 240, and I feel like my dick is built like
So
me.
you're
Like
saying your
we're
dick matches your stature.
my stature. I'm not the tallest guy, and at the same time, I'm not skinny. So you take what you want from
Do you
that.
have a good dick to head ratio? Like shaft to head ratio?
I think so. I think I have. I always like to say. I think I have good girth, and there's other men listening, so we don't really want to get into this too much. But the whole point is
Like
that
they're gonna start measuring
usually
too. Like, oh,
the whole point is that when you're sending that, you already know what go to pick you have with the right angle. That's gonna make her be like, oh, or wow, or nice. And if you in that zone, you got to get up out of there. And if you don't get up out of there, no love is lost. At the end of the day,
so yeah, so it's like you said, it's your last ditch effort. Have you ever thought about like, oh shit, like some girl is gonna share my dick pic to her
give
group
a
me?
fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that. Like one of them gonna want to fuck me, so I don't care. Like if you say who it came from, then they just gonna get more curious because, like I said, there's always gonna be a wide range of what some chick
So
feels
you're
like.
like,
Some
thanks for
chick,
the fucking advertising, and you're going on about your
yep,
business.
yep. Because at one point, your one friend is going to be interested, or your one line sister, and you might be like, "Oh, I'm not messing with him," and the whole time she like, "Oh well, I'll step up." It's so crazy because women look, you look. It just is what it is. But that shit. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Like you just gotta send that pic. You gotta send that pic and just get you out of that friend zone. Or she playing games, and you gotta be like, you gotta set it up somehow. Like you gotta be like, yo, I'm laying here and I don't know what's going on, but I'm fucking horny as shit. Like my shit is building a tent right now. And like you never know. Sometimes you might get the eyes, you might get the oh really, and then this might be your chance to just fire that bad boy
Listen,
over, and then
the eyes emoji has never failed me. The double eye, the big eyes, has never failed me.
yep, yep, it's never failed me. I mean, I've gotten plenty of news like that. You know, but it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, it is what it is. It's just funny because most women that's in news, they're very regular.
What do you
Like
mean by
I knew,
regular?
like it should be whack. Like you'd be like, oh, okay. Like you know your body not that nice, and you're like got the wrong angle, and it's just like,
So I think what
okay.
people fuck up with is, and we talked about this in I think it was episode 113 with Goody Howard about your fucking angles. And I know I'm a big girl. And so for me, sometimes the iPhone ain't hitting. Like I can't hold the iPhone and hold a booty cheek open, like if depending on what kind of nude I'm sending, right? So I think when people have to you have to add in some more props. You might need a tripod. For me, my friend was the MacBook photo book. I mean the photo booth on the MacBook. It's wider. You can tilt the screen and you can test angles. It has a countdown. It's so many things you can do to send a proper nude.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, when in doubt, don't send it. Like, if you feel like it's not going to get you the response you want, don't send it. I mean, it's funny. Like, I've had ones where I'm just like, oh, okay, like,
I mean,
so
because you could do more than just like, I'm going to hold open my pussy lips. I'm going to put a finger in. I'm going to hold my titties.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta make me want to jump out the gym. Like, okay, I'm getting in my car. I'm on my way.
So, yeah.
Don't make me.
I mean, put
Yeah,
a
it's
prop
got to
in
be.
there. You use a dildo. Fine. I actually hurt myself one time trying to take, trying to take.
Such a hard.
I gave. You know how you get don't
What
shut
alert?
up.
I hurt myself. Come on.
I
Come
did
on.
because I was like, "Oh, that angle is fire," and I'm like trying to keep my leg up there. That shit went like all I heard was like, I was like, "Up, where's the heating
Mm,
pad?"
mm,
Didn't even send the nude. Couldn't even get fucked because now I'm hurt. Don't shake.
mm.
But y'all have it easy. Like all you gotta do is stand there, grip it. Guys also don't know their angles because I was actually
My best angle is like
it's like
from,
underneath the ball sack. I think
yeah, like from that way. Like if you get that girth in that
yes.
picture, with you like smiling right behind it, maybe a little beard showing, you can that shit can go a long
It
way.
can because I feel like a lot of guys do not take the good angle. I think a lot of them do the POV angle looking down, and that's not
That's
always
not gonna give you a good
it's
look.
not.
It's
It's
not
gonna
gonna
stunt you.
it's gonna look shorter. Yeah, it's gonna look shorter and it's not gonna
Yeah, because
it's even yeah, it's
I
just
was
weird. You can't do it.
pleasantly surprised because I still gave a dude a shot. Like he sent me this dick pic. It was very lackluster. It made his penis look ugly. Like I was just like, oh my God. Like and the way it was he did the POV looking down. And so when you're looking down, you're hunching. And so you're moving your pelvic area back so you're not getting the full length, right? And so his dick had a curve in it. So it made it look short and stumpy like a little mushroom. And I was like, fuck. But I still went over and I was like, I'll go. And I was pleasantly surprised just because he took a fucking terrible dick pic. He almost didn't get fucked. I mean, it did look like Toad from Mario Kart. And I was like, what the fuck?
The funny shit is like you don't want your news to be look so readily available. That's the thing. Like when you got like, oh, I'm gonna go on my vault and I'm gonna fire off 10 to you, that's when I'm just a little nervous. Like, yo, she just straight came out the cuff with like 6, 7 news, like back to back to back to back.
I used to be the queen of the vault. Yeah, I used to be queen of the vault. But I wouldn't do it like haphazardly like that. Very strategic.
There's nothing wrong with
But
that. I
yeah, I'm not
mean,
gonna
it's
send like
nothing
eight
wrong.
as soon as you say it. Like, damn, like pretend like you gonna go take it, bitch. No,
Right.
another very under
Like,
I'm telling all the whole secrets. Another very under utilized shot for the women is like what I've always gotten a little gut reaction to as a tease is if you do an upskirt shot with your pussy lips hanging like out your panties a little bit, just pull them tight in a little bit, let your pussy lips hang over it, and he'll be like, "Oh my God!" And then if you really fuck with him, really like him, then just move him to the side and show you. Yeah, it's a good one.
okay. All right. Well, somebody try that out.
That's
And
my whole tip of the week. Let me know how it's received and if you get your black blown out.
if you send that, if you're trying it and you need somebody to try it out on before you send it, you know where
Just
to
go
send
ahead and
it.
DM me, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't have to show your face or
So
leave your name.
after you after you get your nudes, like, do you keep them? Do you delete the nudes people send you? What do you do?
Most of them not even keepsake
Damn.
worthy, honestly. I mean, they're really not. I mean, I don't even really want them at this point. Like most of them, I don't even really want. Like sometimes it's just kind of just to make the girl feel a little like sexy, like oh, you know. But for the most part, I don't even ask for them at this point. I already know what I'm gonna get, so it's like sometimes I like it to be a surprise. You don't want everything to be like right there. You seen it, you know. You didn't did all of this build up, and then it's still nothing.
Yeah,
So
I don't think it's been requested, but I'll do like a sneak attack drop if I think it's gonna get me what I want.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's when they come into play. When you're trying to get what you want. If you already know you have an idea that you're gonna get what you want, you don't even have to do none of that. I mean, and then it's like I don't even want the person to feel like, oh, he kept my nudes, he's sharing them with his friend. I don't. Nobody wants to see these nudes. Like that's just like that's just like the post I posted in my story like 2 weeks ago or something. It was like um you don't know a motherfucker ugly until you can't find that right
Oh
till you
my
searching for
god,
that
yeah,
right
she'd be like, they
picture.
cute in person.
That's the same way with your nudes. Let me tell y'all something. Listen up closely. Put your ear close to the fucking phone. Turn your headphones up at your desk, whatever you're doing. Go through your own fucking nudes. Who wants to share them? Nobody. Like, yo, if like really, like I can't go in my group chat and send that shit to my friends. My friends are hardcore.
They are.
Like you screenshot a picture and they just be like, she all right. And then they be like, what's the page? And you gotta always say that it's private. And if they find out they're gonna go through. They're gonna find that terrible ass pick, and you gotta pick the best one. And I don't care if it's from 2018. Screenshot it, crop it, get the date out of there, but do not let them see that IG name because they go on to that fucking page, and that
That's
shit
funny because
will that should be so bad because at that point it's like this what you've been telling us about this what you took her out
oh,
like
that's so
no,
mean.
snowball, just a snowball.
Oh,
Whew, tough
that
crowd.
sucks. Um,
Yeah.
have you ever dated somebody that you like, not just fucked, but somebody you were actively dating, like going on dates and shit, that you hid from your friends?
Oh yeah, please. I mean, a lot of time, all the times. I mean, like with this age, we don't even talk about or discuss like who we're dating. So I particularly one time went out with this one chick, and on Instagram, it was like, she still has a pretty face. It wasn't a bad looking face or anything in person. Now on Instagram, she was like, oh, we met before. And I was like, oh, how did we start following? She's like, we met, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember, but I really didn't. So I was like, I'm looking through her pictures and I'm like, all right, cool. So I asked my homeboy, like, yo, what's up with Shorty? He like, oh yeah, you met her at my house. I'm like, nah. So I'm like, yo, let's get something to eat. But the crazy thing was we had really good conversation. So we talked a lot in 3 days. It was like, hey, oh, you going back to your all right, cool. Call me when you get a break. All right, cool. Hey, you getting off? Oh, next thing you know, we talking. Then so like, oh, we gotta hang out. Like, I'm coming to get you. Like, we going out. And the neck up pictures, she was
She was
pretty,
fat.
everything. Got to the house. Her gut was out of this world. Like it was just like so big. Like I was just like, fuck. It was just like her body was so badly built from the
So she
from
was
the
bigger than
chest
me.
down that she wasn't that big. It just was a big ass
Like a
gut. It
Baltimore
was just a
guy.
big ass gut. Yeah, it was a Baltimore gut, and it was like the tank top. The titties looked good, and then it's like the gut was like hanging out the bottom of the tank top, and she kept having to like try pull her pants up, and it was just like I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it tonight. If I don't do it tonight, I'm not calling no more. So at that moment, I was like, come on, let's go get something to eat. I'm about to hit my little spot. And when I go to hit the little spot, I see Nick's car out front. And I'm like, fuck. So I just kept going. And I wasn't gonna walk in there, see him at the bar, or see him sitting there eating. Maybe he with his wife. No, you're not gonna have me looking bad. Fuck that. I took her to the next hole closest over. Had a couple drinks, tried my hand, got real aggressive. Shit ain't happened, and that
Mm.
was it. I see her all the time now. I be like, hey, what's up? How you been? Yeah. Hey.
Wow. Wow. Now that makes me think, like, have I ever been that girl for a guy?
I'm so fucking shallow though. It could just be like the littlest thing, and then I just get ghosts. I don't know
Well, at
why.
least
It
you know
just
you're shallow.
I'm shallow
I
hell.
love I love
But
that
then there's
fucking
the time,
movie.
and then there's the times when you're like, for somebody shallow, like you fucked with her, like it happened at that right moment.
You are.
You
And
gotta
all of the
understand, like
girls that I
sometimes it ain't
have
all.
seen you out with, they all have you have a type. You
What's my
definitely have a
type?
type. Fair, I'm not gonna say light skinned
I don't
girls,
think.
but brown skinned girls. You do
No,
like brown skinned girls.
you ain't never seen me with one complexion. You never seen me with one
Yes,
certain
I
complexion
have.
of what?
I will not name
No, you
names, but yes,
haven't.
I have.
That's a
Okay, I
lie.
feel like you have a type. They all have like the similar body builds. You have a type. You don't
Okay.
think so? Oh, okay.
No, I definitely
Okay.
don't.
I
I definitely
definitely
don't.
don't
But
have a
because
type.
I don't have one though. I really
I'm
don't.
not
I mean,
saying all the people
short,
that you fucked.
tall.
I'm just saying people I've seen you out and claim and post on your Instagram. They all have.
I've only had two people that you can even relate to that have come to the shows with me or been around me. So it's not even a whole lot of selection there, and they're complete opposite look, whatever. But
We
we're not gonna
won't,
get into
but
that. This
I
that's too
I
easy to figure
will
out.
disagree with you, but okay. I bet you if I did a poll of people
Yeah,
that we know, they would say you do. So, but it is what it is. It is what it
no,
is.
two very different spectrums with those two, but whatever. We'll talk about that offline. Go to your next thing.
Is that the transition here?
Yes.
All right. So I got a DM asking me, do DMs really work? And I know we talked about this, but I know this person is also new. I don't think they've gone back and listened to the breadth of all the episodes. And they wanted to know, do DMs work? And have I ever successfully had sex from a DM? Yes, I've had a few from the DMs to my guts. Success stories.
The, yeah,
um,
what a love story. DMs, the guts, the blocked.
literally, that is how it went. Hey, girl,
I never really feel like I get
I'm
blocked. I
sure you
feel
do.
like no. See, the thing is, I keep things so cool and open, and the communication level so open that I feel like nobody never really gets mad. If they're mad in private, but I still keep it cool. Like, and I'll still flirt. Like, I'll still hit the
Okay,
hard
so you
eyes
keep it
and oh,
going.
you look
See,
really nice.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't just like I don't disown them afterwards. I still keep it open like, hey, we just haven't caught up in a while. Hey, we got to catch up. And then it's like, okay. And then it just be that for the next 6 months. Hey, we got to catch up.
So I literally, I just,
You know,
I don't know. It depends on the person, but I've really been from the DM to the guts to the block, with one particular person, and the DM that worked for them because they hit me up. It was like something like forgive me if I sound like a creep. So I should have already known right there. But it was like something like I want to bite your top lip. It's fucking amazing. And that's how he got the fucking pussy.
you do got nice lips though.
Thank you.
You really do. And you got that like little private school talk voice and you have a very nice mouth. You do.
I've heard that often and I used to be offended by it, but now I'll take the compliment.
You should. You
Yeah.
should.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
that's literally what it took. I responded back like, "Oh, thank you, sir," or something like that, and he was just like, not literally bite them, but you got nice lips. That's all.
Yeah,
And then
people.
I started flirting, like, yeah, they nice and soft. And then fast forward, probably from the time of his original, that was his very first DM to me. It was probably, let me see, it was 4 months till we were fucking. And that's only because we were in different cities.
And see, this is my thing. This is how the DM thing worked for me. Soon as you hard eye my picture, you laugh out loud my story, you leave something, instantly before I respond to you, I click on your name and I go through your pictures. And that
Because you're
determines
fucking
if I'm
shallow.
gonna, yes, that's gonna determine if I'm gonna like your comment, laugh out loud your comment, or
You hit
you
that red
know,
heart.
hey, how was your day? Or what's so funny about that? And then I'm gonna flirt back with you. But most of the times I'm like, shit. Like it's a couple people I didn't follow. Like they followed me, instantly came in, liked 8 pictures. I woke up and I'm like, who the fuck is this? I follow back just to see that picture and then I unfollow them.
You ain't shit.
I'll be like,
You not shit,
nah,
yo.
nah,
Now,
nah. And
look,
then they be having the Instagram name that make you curious and they be private. It'd be like, um,
hot lips.
something like, it'd be like, I don't know, something. I can't even think of nothing. It's just be like, I don't know. It'd be something, and you'd be like, damn, she's on like she probably fucking sexy. And then you fucking get to that one picture, full body, and she fucking square. Like, yo,
I
all these
hate
fucking
you.
beautiful ass headshots. You gotta go through like 3 years worth of pictures to find her, or the one that she took at her friend's birthday party, and she fucked around and forgot she posted 2 years
A
ago.
true motherfucking creep, yo.
I don't know. The best shit though. The best shit though. Before we leave this topic, is to go to Facebook. You got to catch her one of them pictures before HD and all of those photos was available. So if you go back to like 2017, December 2016, you're going to see everything you need to see about her. You're going to see how her life looked before she had her come up. You're going to see how her life looked before the fucking phones got better. And you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to make some decisions off these early Facebook pictures. Y'all don't realize them old profile pics, that's all they allowing me to see, or that's all I really need to see. And I'm going to make my decision from there.
Wow. You have a foolproof plan. I know one time that was like what the thing I just mentioned was somebody sliding in my DMs. I have slidden in DMs as well. And I've done this across social media sites. I've done it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Snapchat, and I've had all success rates. um, but I feel like when I feel like now it's so much easier than it was in like even 3 years ago, because Instagram stories just really makes it so much easier to communicate one on one with somebody.
Hell yeah. And then the thing is, it's just to me sometimes I'm like, should I leave pictures up of my exes or like people that I've dealt with? Like, should they be posted somewhere? Because sometimes I'd be like, the audacity. Like, how dare you think you had a chance? like, like, damn, like, do I just look easy? Because some of these DMs from some of these chicks be so fucking terrible. Like, yo,
Like what's one for an example?
I mean, just the way that they look.
Um,
Like, it just like, you really gotta let them down nice and easy. Like it'd be like, yo, you really got a lot of confidence going on over
Now
there.
I've had this, so I just told you guys about a time somebody slid in my DM and complimented my lips. This other guy, now the backstory here is we actually went on a few dates, I believe. Yeah, we went on like 2 or 3 dates, and we just did not connect. And he was doing stuff like sending me text messages like, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm like, you don't even fucking know me, like chill out. And so it just like never turned into anything. I did not even know that he was following me on Instagram. So I posted some picture, probably one day of me ranting, and you see how I look in my rants. I usually look a fucking mess with my glasses and some nightgown hanging off my shoulder. And he's like, oh my God, I just want to kiss those lips. Okay, literally, you just heard what I said. Some guy slid my DMs, and I was like, how fucking dare you talk about me in this way? So just because I have no interest in him, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's going to change the whole thing. Like, if she interested, your comment can be very appealing. If she's not interested, it's like you're disgusting. You're a creep. I don't know. Like, I don't think I've never really jumped in the DM so hard that I've gotten a chance to get played. Like, I've always been very strategic.
Yeah, I don't think no, I don't think I've been played. I think I missed the mark where the person didn't share anything about their significant other like that. Like I was like, I think this girl, but it was always like a group picture or something. They never really, it was nothing explicitly to say he was in a relationship. And so I just,
I just don't know why people lie. Like, it's 2019. Like, people going to do it whether or not. Just tell the fucking truth. Like, you'll come out it better if you just be like, look, I got somebody. Like, even being single, like, you still want to be like, yeah, I got somebody I date. I got somebody I go out with. And I'm not in a relationship, but yeah, I still, you know, yeah, I still hang out. Yeah, I'm going on a date tonight. Like, you don't always have to be like, oh, I'm going to get a drink with my homeboy. Like, just be like, yeah, I'm going out with a friend. Sometimes that makes women more attracted to you because you're honest and they feel like they have competition. Like,
yeah.
I don't never feel like I gotta make it seem like I first of all, I don't believe nobody's single to the point where they have nobody. Now, for women,
Oh,
y'all
wait a
always
minute.
no, y'all women are quick to be like, no, I have
Right now, I
nobody.
don't
Now,
either. If I'm not fucking nobody, then that means I have nobody.
okay, but the whole thing is, as men, we're never that way. So So if I say I'm single, that does not mean that I don't have nobody or have nothing going on. Don't assume that all of a sudden my schedule is free this weekend, next weekend, and the next weekend. I might clear that shit up to do some shit with you this weekend because I'm trying to get it popping. But the next couple weekends, I might be busy. You fucked up because you believe that I was completely single. That's your fault.
Mm, okay. I mean, I guess that's fair. I can't be mad at that. But yeah, I do
I mean,
sometimes like when I say I have nobody, then that really means like now I might have people I'm conversing with that have my attention. I'm flirting, but for whatever reason we ain't fucked yet or we ain't dating.
right, but I mean, it just don't be. It just be weird when women try to act like they don't have nobody.
But it be
Like,
true for some people though.
yeah, sometimes it is true. I mean, sometimes it is true, and I'm cool with that. But don't assume that just because you like that, men are like that. We not like
I
that.
would not make that
We
assumption, but I do hate when guys are like, you ain't got
we
nobody.
got way.
Nigga, I want to fuck you. So what the fuck you worried about? Like step up, let's do this. So yeah. Have you
I mean, that shit fuck a man head up though when we be talking to y'all and y'all be like, "Yeah, I got somebody. We fuck, we this, but then I'm single." You be like, "Oh shit, oh damn, okay, okay, all right." Like, shit, she too much like me. Fuck that.
I hate you. Before we wrap up, the last one I had in my box. No pun intended. Do you have a story? Can you pinpoint and would you care to share the story of your best orgasm ever?
I'm a man. I don't really think I have like a best orgasm
Okay.
story. Um, I don't know. I mean, at this point in my life, I feel like
An orgasm is an
any sex that
orgasm?
I'm yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point in my life, like any sex that I'm repeatedly having, it has to be good. Like, I don't want to be like going back and forth with something on a regular basis and the shit is trash. So if it's something that I'm like constantly going for, like, yeah, I'm like, okay, that's the move. Or that's the mood that I'm in for. Like, some people are different. So it's like you might just be like, okay, tonight I want pizza, tomorrow I want a cheesesteak. So it's the same type of thing. Like, you just might get different things.
Okay.
So yeah,
I definitely have a story.
share please.
So it was this one time at band camp. No, yeah, it was. I have tried anal sex in the past. What's that? What's that voice? What's that for?
Nothing. I'm just listening.
And it was just like, I don't see what the hype is. Okay, whatever. And so for whatever reason, like this person and I, we just have really bomb ass chemistry. And I was like, you know what? I want to try this with him. Like, I'll try it again. And that shit was bomb as fuck. Like bomb as fuck. And I did not think I really just did not believe that a woman could orgasm from anal sex. And I did. And that shit, I like squirted from anal sex. It was the only time I've ever squirted.
Damn.
It's the only time I've ever squirted.
I'm over here like, God damn. I'm over here in my mind just like, oh. But the funny thing
That
is, women really do love anal sex. And it's so funny because it's like sometimes women don't know if you're down with it. And like, it's weird because they be waiting to like for you to bring it up. But y'all been fucking for a while. And then all of a sudden at one time and they be like, yes. You'd be like, I didn't know you. I didn't know you was down with the brown.
but because I feel like it's one of those things that is still kind of taboo. And so it's like if you're like, oh, you wanna fuck me in my ass, right? So like guys are like, is she letting everybody do this? Like I just feel like it's this weird line that women feel like they have to dance.
Yeah, and then it's like one of the things where it's like how she takes it. That's the part where it's like, "Damn, you do this all the time." Pop it right
No,
in
I will,
there.
but I just feel like it's one of those things. And if you're listening to the Boonie Breakdown podcast and you're like, oh my God, Boonie, finally, I like taking it up the butt and that shit feels good as fuck. Do not feel guilty about it. I do feel like there is a stigma attached to
It,
people who like
it is,
enjoy anal
but
sex.
it is, and the funny thing is, there's a bunch of dumbass guys who think that if you enjoy anything having sex with a woman, you're gay. And I'm like, no, dude, it's a fucking woman, you stupid asshole. Like, that has
Yes.
nothing to do with a man. And if you're thinking that, it makes me question why you're thinking about a man when you're doing anything to a woman. Like, me looking at a woman's ass and thinking about fucking her in her ass has nothing to do with me thinking, like, this
Oh,
asshole could
yeah.
possibly remind me of a man's ass. No way. Like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like like what you're saying, like the taboo around anal sex is like we talk about that more than we talk about the praise of it. And I had to Google the statistic because it was like women who have anal sex have more orgasms.
I agree. I mean,
So it was like anal sex comes with an orgasm rate of 94%.
woo,
Vaginal sex comes with an orgasm rate of 65%.
wow.
Women who engage in anal sex, well, here's some more statistics. Women who engage in anal sex are well educated and have higher levels of income.
I
So
can believe that. I can
that's
definitely
interesting.
believe that. This always been like the smarter the woman, the more freakier she is. Like, friends who have gone to grad school, gotten a doctorate degree, they like, yo, these chicks in law school, these chicks in med school, these chicks in, my PhD program, all we did was fucking get drunk. Like we studied, fuck, go get drunk, fuck. That's what we did the 2 or 3 years we was working on shit. We was in school and they like, yo, these chicks was wild. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like that's where, she got the little glasses on, she looks so innocent, and you're thinking like, oh, this is definitely wifey material. Then you go back at homecoming and everybody's laughing while you're walking across the yard, and you're like, what is the joke? like,
Yeah. And
like,
I really I just want like I feel like that sexual proclivity, like women should not be bashed if you like anal sex. So
yeah, but I mean, I feel like men should be open to it too. Like, I feel
yes, because
like the thing is so many men who I feel like be like, oh no, I don't like that shit. Like, what don't you like about it? I mean, what?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you most probably have never even tried it. One and two, I feel like, and I'll say this too, just like vaginal sex, all anal sex ain't created equal either. Like I said, I
It's
tried it
not. Yeah, it's
in
not.
the past, and I was just like, I could have had a V8, but with this particular person, that shit was bomb as fuck.
I like
And
mine. I like mine where the girl's on top of me, like riding it.
now let me tell you something. I
That's
felt like,
the
let
that's
me tell
my
you,
that's the
that's when
only
I
way
felt
I
like
really
that
like.
bitch. That's when I felt like that bitch. Like, I'm riding dick with it in my ass.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's the only way. I usually like it and do it. I mean, from the side, but from behind, it's like awkward because it's like you kind of trying to get that right angle. But if you sit down on it and then you finally get comfortable and then you start riding and you feeling like real good about yourself,
Shit.
and like I might could put my thumb right there or whatever, or you could touch it. Like next thing you know, it's a whole mess on my stomach. Like it's just a whole mess. Like,
A whole mess,
a
okay?
whole mess. And I'm just laying there waiting to get wiped off. Like, fuck. Like,
You gotta get a shower after that shit, yo. You're a nasty motherfucker, yo.
no, bitch, you better come wake me up because I'm going straight to sleep. I got sleep apnea. As soon as I come, I'm going to sleep. Like, stop trying for the second one. I'm gone. Get it while I'm here. So,
What?
before we leave, I'm gonna slide this last one in, considering that we are going to Atlanta.
Oh shit.
What's up with this tank shit that's on my timeline right now?
So pretty much I just saw it. So this is like hot off the
Yeah, I
presses as
just
we
saw it.
record.
I
It
literally just saw it,
are
and
you
I'm
literally
like,
okay.
I'm
So
like, yo, what the fuck are you talking
so
about?
I in theory, I get what he's saying because it's the same. I could see if he flipped it on me, like I ate pussy twice, right? Okay, so people who don't know, Tank pretty much made a statement to saying that if a guy who might have said, I want to try to suck dick twice and didn't like it, he's not gay. And so if I flip that to myself and say, you know what, I ate pussy twice and it wasn't for me, I'm strictly men, I'm not gay. I wouldn't consider myself gay either. Like I get his point. Like I just happen to have eaten pussy twice.
I get that, but
I get what he's saying, and this goes
like
back to the
somebody said,
homophobia
so
around it.
yeah, so somebody in my group chat was like, yeah, so if you only eat vegetarian food for a month and you try it twice, are you now still a vegetarian? Like, no, dude, it's not the same fucking thing. Because if you're trying to tell me that you suck dick twice in undergrad, I need you to exit this chat.
Oh God,
like,
Brian.
no, because it goes back to the conversation we've had about bisexual men. Like I just was at the gym recently, and a guy was like, "Oh," he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm bisexual." And in my mind, I'm like, "No, you're gay. You're with a man. Like, don't try to make it like tomorrow you're gonna be with a woman and all this stuff." Like, I don't believe in that. I feel like once you enter that realm, you were so curious that you allowed yourself to. That's not normal for
Well,
women. It's so normal for y'all to actually be attracted to another woman and be sensual and touch each other that way. In my mind.
that's your opinion. I just feel
In my
like
mind.
what
But
people want to do is what people want to do.
there's nothing about two men being men and feeling it's okay to touch or do stuff to other men. Like there's
Didn't
just
your ass get in trouble and saying this shit in Philly?
I don't give a fuck.
I
You
do.
get
I
mad-
mean, I do. This is one of the things I really do just disagree with you on. I think it's different if you say that um I feel like that's all the social constructs that you just said. Like, it's okay for women to do this because society norms, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just saying, like, I think the choice comes in for you is if you're starting to date someone and they exclaim to you that you're bisexual and you're saying, you know what? I personally cannot date someone who's bisexual. I think that's fair. But to say that you don't believe bisexual men can exist, that's bullshit.
I just think that you're gay. I feel like if you're setting yourself up for that, you're setting yourself up for being with a gay man. And don't be surprised when your homeboy keep telling you he's going to go play PlayStation, and then you find out later on that his ass is poking out or
Oh my
protruding
god.
because he's getting fucked by his homeboy.
It's
Or
so many men who have gay sex who do not do these blatant I don't even know the word I'm looking for right now that you're
But the
describing.
whole point is, if he's telling you he's bi, that's the difference. It's one thing for you to get caught up with a down low brother. That's one thing. It's another when he's telling you, I've had experiences with another man, and from time to time, I like being with men. That's a clear indicator for you to get the fuck out.
Well, I mean, some women might be okay with that.
Don't be like, oh, I want a man's man. I want me an alpha male. But then you find out at some point he was on his fucking knees or
You
bent
know, and that's
over.
that person's personal choice to make. If you say it doesn't bother you, then let's just be happy and let dude be happy.
I know a lot of women that so I know a lot of women that's so pressed to be with a man they don't fucking
But I
care.
mean, why does it bother
So
to
at the end of
you?
it doesn't. It's just at the end of the day, don't be mad when you find out that he's sleeping with the pastor.
Oh goodness.
Oh, we go to
We
church
almost
all the
made a
time,
whole
and
episode. We almost made a whole episode. But you have a fascination with this shit that I'm starting to question. Yo, yes.
no. When I seen the tank shit, it made me think like, yo, that's the part. That's the shit we talking about. I don't have a fascination. I don't have a problem with it. If that's how you self-identify and you say you're bisexual, to me, you're gay.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, like
So
to
you say the
me as
same
a
thing with
man,
women.
there's
So when women
no
say they're bisexual to you, they're gay. Well,
no,
why can't it go the same way?
no. Because like I said, I feel like at the end of the day, it's in a woman's nature to be attracted to another woman and feel
Why?
her,
Why
touch
is
her,
that? Why
and be
is that?
sensual
I've
with her.
never caressed or
Because
been sensual with
I
any of
look at
my
the way
friends.
I
Like,
I look at the way y'all hug each other, y'all kiss up on each other, y'all compliment each other. Oh,
it's
bitch, you
a
fucking sexy.
difference
Oh, bitch, look at you,
between
bitch. Look at that butt smacking on our ass. Men
it is
don't
a
do that.
difference between basic human connection. And that is why men are fucked up the way they are because they won't hug their friend or they won't do whatever.
We will.
I don't say,
We will. I mean, I'm no bullshit. I had a dude give me a hug and kiss me right on my fucking forehead at the fucking tailgate. I have not seen this dude in a year. We're not best friends. We don't really know each other like
well,
that. We
ain't
just
that the
connected
same
on some
way
business shit.
as
No. And he was like, he said it. He was like, yo, I love you, my nigga. Like, I really genuinely want to see you fucking win. And that's
and that's
why I did what I did. And I just accepted it. I wasn't like, oh my God, I just got violated. I'm not homophobic. At the end of the
I mean
day,
that's
I can sit there and
questionable.
joke around with my friends. But at the end of the day, like I didn't feel like I was violated because I seen where he was coming from. I'm able to accept man love. I'm able to accept my friend telling me he loved me when we get off the phone. I'm able to say, you know, I love you, yo, I love
I
you.
just
Like
think that is
I
so
know with that
problematic to be
connection.
like I don't see what the difference is. So if you're saying
It's
if
a
you
big
found out that
difference.
guy was bisexual, then you would have had a problem with it. Is what am I putting
He can't be bisexual. He
so
would be fucking gay, and I would
why?
definitely have a
Because he was
problem
just
with
saying,
it.
I'm proud of you, yo. Like, I have no sexual attraction to you, but this display of
Yeah,
love,
but in that moment where it's like that display of love would have been like almost like you making a fucking pass
that
at me.
is complete bullshit. Making a pass at you, he would have said that shit. All right, guys, at this point of the conversation, I am choosing to redact about 20 something minutes of this conversation. We went on for quite some time. There are many things that Brian is saying that I think are problematic, that I do not agree with, and I do not want associated with the Boonie Breakdown podcast. Yeah, I as you can see where the conversation was headed, his thoughts, my thoughts, I've called him out where I thought it was homophobic and problematic, some of the things he's saying. And so thus we are going to redact a good portion of this conversation. And now we will go to the conclusion of this episode and conversation with our problematic favorite, Brian. I really thought this conversation was going to go different when you brought up Tank. I really did. I was like, he's about to say, I agree, and
No, fuck no. You might as well go ahead and take this last 19 minutes out because I guess it's going to offend a lot of people, and we're going to Atlanta, so you might want to take that out. It might be half your audience, and I'll be waiting with fucking picket
shit,
signs.
Brian be the reason I get canceled. But I have vehemently defended and rebutted. But I I wish they would come up there because I think that would combat your set definition of what you perceive this to be.
But you missed my whole point and what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I'm just
say
not going to
about.
get it because I just
You're
don't
trying to say that
fundamentally believe.
you're trying to say that there's a social construction or a social whatever it is that I'm saying when I'm trying to tell you that a man's a man, a woman's a woman. I don't give a fuck. Like, you cannot tell me you're being a fucking woman when you're walking around with boxer briefs on and fucking pants sagging and everything you do and dress and
Again,
wear is
this is
like a
where we
man.
differ because you're just what you define as a man and a woman. It's just very archaic.
Boys have a penis, girls have a
Okay,
vagina.
so even if she dresses in a fucking circus tent, she's not the
Why you-
circus. She's still a woman.
Hey, get ready to get in the bed. Y'all making way too much noise. I told y'all I was on an important call. Get in your beds. All these doors slamming and stuff. And you better have the stuff up out your floor.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a father.
No. You're deleting all of the homophobic stuff.
I'm gonna save this for yeah. I'm gonna make it really funny.
No, because
I'm gonna start the conversation,
gonna,
right? And then I'm gonna cut it like this
No.
had to be all deleted so you guys don't cancel me.
No, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have this fucking conversation.
I'm gonna send you an episode. It's another podcast that I listened to. They had a guy who reminds me of you, but he's in New York. His name is Tahoe. He reminds me of you. I haven't listened to the episode yet, but he had very strong reviews on transgenders. And they brought him on the episode with a transgender woman. And he said he stood firm in some things, but some things that made him change his mind. So I do want to listen to the episode, but I'm going to send it to you. And maybe we can arrange for something like that too, because
yeah, we'll eventually have a conversation. And my thing is, I have very pointed views about what I think, and it's not that. See, I just don't want it to come off. I don't want people to think I'm homophobic because I really feel like I'm not. I honestly don't. I just basically feel like, hey, it just is one of those things where you see things one way, I see things another way.
So I can see how you can base some of your thoughts on these things through the lens in which you see the world. I'll leave it at that.
We'll talk about it another time.
Do you have anything else? I mean, please still come see us in Atlanta.
Hey, Boonie, I told you to fucking delete this shit. Yo, you fucking asshole. Yo, if you fucking don't delete this shit,
I will.
I'm gonna burn your Tyler Perry fake studio down. AKA your fucking house.
I'm going to do a GoFundMe, but I will probably redact about 25. Oh, listen, when you're listening to this, about 25 minutes of this episode was redacted to protect the Boonie Breakdown brand.
Yo, I did not agree to any of this shit, and I just want get your lawyer on the goddamn phone. Where's the lawyer? I did not sign shit. I ain't agree to none of this. This could affect my job. I just got.
Yeah. So, about 25 minutes of this episode was redacted to protect all parties involved. And Brian and I are looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta. Get your tickets, theboonieBreakdown.com/live. And yeah, we're gonna go out afterwards too. So it's gonna be fun. Thanks, Brian.
All right.
All right, guys, what did I say? This episode, yes, we had to redact. Yes, he's our problematic fave, but I am hopeful that we'll be able to get through to him, for him to see the light, and for him to change his views. I think it is promising that he is hopeful and that he would do a conversation with a gay black man to get a different perspective, and hopefully to enlighten him in a way that he is missing out on. And please, he'll be in Atlanta with me. And if you have not gotten your tickets yet, there are some still remaining. If you head on over to theboonieBreakdown.com/live to get your tickets, we hope to see you there. I can't wait to meet all of the fans, the Ratcheteers down in Atlanta. All right. So if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, any app that you listen to your favorite podcast on. Don't forget to leave those reviews too. You might just hear a review in the next episode. Follow us across social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these pretty images for nothing, okay? Please, guys, have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the motherfucking ratchet in you. Namaste. Until next time.